Hi. So this is a redo of a video I did a while back, and it deals with learning how to bend notes in a bluesy fashion, right? So I'm not going to go through all of the things that I did before, but I want to go over a few things and then give some drills so that you can really lock in this technique, because it's just a technique and it takes a little while to learn. It doesn't happen overnight, but if you do these drills every day, you definitely will get it. And this works a little better in the high register. So we're going to start with like a C. So the main thing is there's like three different ways you can make this happen. One is by just opening the mouth like chewing muscles, right? Just using your jaw. That's not going to give you a very good overall like cleanness to the sound and like sort of smoothness of it. But if you add the tongue position to it, kind of vocalizing it, if you think of like saying like and check out your tongue while you do that, you'll see the tongue goes up and down in your mouth, and that's like vocalizing it. The other thing that's really important is to keep the back of your throat open as you're doing this, right? And keep the airflow moving. And one other technique is that we can also point our air down. So that means that like you're blowing through the mouthpiece straight like this, as you normally just blow through it, right? But this time you're going to actually bend the airstream down towards. Imagine you're just blowing to the bottom of the reed, right? Instead of just across the reed. So you're going to go. So that's a C, and I want you to try to do this too. So what I actually do is kind of a combination of all those things. It's really three, right? My lips, my tongue position, A and E, and focusing the air down, which is kind of, it's a combination of right there. But those three techniques will help you to get this happening. So that's the very first thing, is just play a high C. Make sure you have a good air. Keep everything loose. Don't squeeze the lips, you know. And right now, you can do this on the mouthpiece too. Just so, like, if you're having trouble doing that, and you're not going to go unless you're an advanced player, you're not going to be able to go that far as I just was doing. But on the mouthpiece, you can do this, right? So I can get like an octave. Right? Then that's obnoxious, but it's actually a good exercise, and it kind of gets you ready for this. So it allows you to see how you're going to start developing this. If you practice it on the mouthpiece every day, then when you start putting it on the horn, then it's going to be a lot easier. You can even try it putting it on the neck and doing it on the neck, because that's easier as well. But we're going to do it on this high C, and we're going to just practice that and try to get it nice and smooth, as if it's like a sine wave. So you're going for this real smooth up and down. So that's my pitch, and then I'm going to bend down from there. It sounds like some kind of weird siren. So if you can do it slowly like that, and then control it, you can start to go down a half step, and that's where the drills come in. So just practice that up and down, right? Then we're going to start controlling where we bend to, because that's a really important part of this, is to be able to hear where you're going with it. and to actually reach that point. That's one of the problems that my students, of all the expression techniques that I teach in my blues system, that's the one that's the most challenging, and they really have trouble hearing how far they're actually going. They think they're going a whole half step, which is what I try to get them to do, but they're usually only going a quarter step. So these are a couple of drills that might help you to do that. So what I want you to do is, and I'll show you so you can see it. I'm going to finger C, and then I'm going to bend down to a B, right? So, but I need to hear where I'm bending to, so I'm going to play that B first. Right, so that's the note I'm going for. And I'm going to try to get that note as in tune and as good a sound as possible. And so, you know, it's going to be distorted because you're really doing some awkward things with your embouchure. But the point is to really work at hearing a half step first, because I can go down as much as like a minor third, so I can go 3 half steps, but on certain notes, not all the notes. But the way we practice this is to play the note. That's where we're going to go, and then we play C. We really try to reach that note. So I'll do it one more time. And just play along with me, and you'll start to get this. And then you have to do that on every note to be able to really use this, right? Well, we're working on the G minor pentatonic, so I can do it on G, and I'm going to play an F sharp to give me the note that I'm going to bend to. So, right? Now I'm going up to the B flat, and that's going to be an A that I'm going to. So let me play the A. Just practice doing that, right? And then the next, you're going up the whole scale, like up to high D, right? And then, but the next exercise is, let's go back to C, and I'm going to play a B, and then I'm going to just go back and forth between the real note and the other note, and see if I can lock it in. Because the next level of this is to be able to play the note starting below the note and then up, and that's harder. It's easier to go down, right? But to start and to know and to get that half step. So that's our challenge. That's what the drill is about. So now we're going to go. And see, I'm just bending I'm just bending the note down. When I play the C, I know what the B sounds like. I know the note that I'm going for. And so I use my ear and my jaw, of course, to make it happen. But check that out again. And I can get them sounding pretty close to the same. Now that I have that, now I can go. Now I can do a thing like that, and so then I can go, so I can start to play little blues lines using my first note. That would be like the first level of this, where you could do. That's what we're after, and we have to do that on every note. So let's do that on G. All right, so we got G, and now we got the F sharp. So F sharp is the note we're after, and we're going to play that with the G. So we're going to start on that. And that just helps you to lock it in. It's hard to do, but it's going to help you to really get that note. You can hear that, you can try to match those two pitches together, and that'll help you to get started. And then you can start going. And that's what we're after, right? Let's do that on a B flat. So A is our note. And I'm using the B flat this key there. Remember to keep your throat and everything relaxed. All right, air moving. And then D, we already did C. We're going to skip that and do high D, and that's going to be like a C sharp. So just the octave key. The idea is to get all of the notes like that. So that then when I want to go up to that D, I just go. That's my note. Right? That's what we're doing with that. And then the next thing we have to do is actually put it into context of a song. So here's a blues track in G, or it's actually an F concert, and G if you're playing tenor. So we're going to play the track, and I'm just going to play the target notes, what I call target notes, or the roots of the chord in this one. All right, and so it's just G, C, and D. Those are only 3 ones. It's pretty easy, and if you want to see a PDF of this, I can send it to you. Just let me know.
2, 3, 4.
Okay, so you know, and you get the idea. It goes to to the last 4 there. So you do that first, just to lock them in. So I'm just doing a pickup. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So I'm bending on the and of 4. All right. So then let's pick a rhythm where we can actually play a line now, and we'll bend the first note. That's going to be the next level of difficulty. So let's pick a 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So we're going to bend on the and of 2 into 3. It's going to sound like da 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 ba dum da 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 da, like
1, 2, 3, 4.
So, eventually, after I start to get all this, and in another video, I will do another video explaining just how to go like. Where I can bend down to another note. I'll explain how to do that. That'll be like part 2 of this. All right, so I'm going to mix them up so you can see how it's going to sound. I'm kind of going to pack them in there as much as I can.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's kind of like way more than I would normally put into a blues, but you get the idea. That is a great way to practice it. You just try to, you start your notes on it, you bend down to notes, you bend up to notes, and it will start to really make your sound really, just very bluesy and very interesting instead of just everything being a flat pitch, you know. So I hope that helps, and leave me some comments. Let me know for the next video what you'd like me to explain or demonstrate or and that kind of thing. Okay? See you guys.